go, hey, maybe this is the right thing to do.
You never know. Well, they didn't take the guy's head off.
Welcome, welcome.
How are you today?
You know what? I'm doing good. It's a sunny day. I got a new light for our thing.
Oh, do we make me look better?
You know, I couldn't. You're like top of the line already.
Oh, good. Well, that's what I hear.
That's right. Well, you know what? You're hearing from the right people. That's for sure.
All right. Okay.
So today we're gonna watch a movie called Yojimbo.
What?
Yojimbo.
Never heard of it.
Of course. It's a Japanese movie, so we're trying our first subtitled movie.
Okay.
The title actually means bodyguard, which will make a lot of sense once you start watching the movie. Mm-hmm. This one is one that sort of moved up the list a little bit for you pretty quickly based on a couple of things. So obviously you're a fan of Westerns.
Oh yeah.
Okay, well, you know what? Yeah, so this is what's sometimes called an Eastern. So it's a Japanese movie that plays like a Western, essentially.
Okay.
Another thing that made it seem like the right movie for you was we watched Pulp Fiction. You really enjoyed that. Yep. And you really reacted to the samurai sword. So it kind of made me go, hey, maybe this is the right thing to do.
You never know. Well, they didn't take the guy's head off.
Well, this one is it's got a bit of gore, but it's an older movie. It's black and white. It's a '60s movie.
Oh wow.
It's definitely got a bit of that, and eventually we might get into. I mean, if this goes well, there are other samurai movies, and there's some that aren't subtitled. Like we'll figure out the right movies for you. Obviously, that's our goal. My goal so far has been to do that.
Yeah, we've done pretty good. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. So this is directed by Akira Kurosawa, who is one of my favorite directors. You probably wouldn't have heard the name. I would be shocked if you had, or like knew it anyways.
Well, I'm pretty smart. It's right what I know.
Well, I am. I usually am, as a matter of fact. I've been next to you while you played Jeopardy. You do pretty good. Yeah, he's a director who did a lot of movies. And this one is actually even more interesting because of a couple of connections that I'll let you know right now just for fun. It's actually based on a novel by Dashiell Hammett. It's actually based on a novel of his called Red Harvest.
Okay. It
features a character who doesn't have a name and is known as, I think he's the agent or something like that. Essentially, he's a Pinkerton, you know, the Pinkerton sort of private police force. Yep. He is that type of character in there. Yeah, so this is something similar to that, but it's taken into a samurai context. Mm-hmm. And another interesting connection on this one is it was remade as the movie Fistful of Dollars.
I've heard of that one.
Yeah, the Clint Eastwood one.
Yeah, I might even seen it.
Well, I'm wondering because, you know, it is on the list. It's a great movie and it's somewhere in there. So if we watch it and you've already seen it, it might not be the worst thing in the world, you know, especially if you don't really remember it. And maybe it's a great movie anyway.
Okay.
So yeah, it's samurai action from the 60s. Let's go. It's got good music. Yeah. Sort of almost traditional with some of the instruments, but like a funky kind of 60s feel.
Oh, okay.
I like it.
Typical Japanese music, you say?
Well, I think that maybe not this part in particular, but they use a lot of like traditional instruments in it.
Okay.
But it's more of a funky kind of 60s sound to the actual music.
Yeah, right.
Just an aimless guy. Lets the stick decide his way.
Yep, I see that. Yeah.
Something's going on.
Yeah. They'll wake up.
Yeah.
Open the shutters.
All right then.
Doesn't look like good deed, does it? No.
Nobody's taking care of the dogs. They got to take care of themselves.
Yes.
Law doesn't seem to be doing much, does he?
No, he just didn't wander around. I know.
Yeah.
each other out there.
Yeah. You guys got the mange or something. I don't know what's up with his hair.
Yeah, yeah. Chops on his fingers.
Yeah.
Isn't that hard? I don't think.
No, trying to figure out what's bigger, 2 or 4.
Yeah. It's quite expensive in that little room.
Yeah. It's like a clown car.
God almighty.
まったくバカにつける癖じゃねえな。
So much for his tattoo.
Yes.
It's on the ground now.
Yep.
いや、コンペしたんです。
It's a conference.
多分3つだ。俺の名前は桑畑三十郎。40郎だな。
But I'm almost 40.
桑畑三十郎だよ。
Trying to escape or something?
Yeah, he doesn't want to be part of this suicide mission.
I guess not. Goodbye, I guess.
Man, I get paid $2 or whatever.
Yeah.
Mm.
早く来い。あの先生は逃げたぜ。急に逃げた。
Mhm.
Is it a town crier or something?
Well, he's the cop, but he doesn't do anything.
Right.
Lazy and corrupt.
I said, watch now, eh?
Yeah.
Jockeying for position, eh?
Yeah.
Running back and forth.
They're never gonna touch each other. Huh. Making sure he wasn't in the tower anymore.
It's all right.
Planned to kill me. Yeah, I'm a little mad about it.
Yeah. Just joking.
Got him fighting over him.
Yeah. A big dude.
Mm-hmm. Got what, macroalgae? Macro something?
Mm.
Giantism?
Well, maybe.
Well, like not just being tall, but the way his facial bones continue
right.
to grow.
足前は出てくる。それは本当かね。いや。
That's the casket maker, right?
Yeah, okay.
More dead people, more money.
You bet. Trying to build him already, eh?
Yeah, he's gonna get ahead of it.
Done?
Yeah.
So that's not fighting fair, is it?
No, that's gonna change the balance of power.
I'm precious it will.
Mm-hmm. That was quite the cut.
It was.
Gonna sell those guys twice.
Yes.
Why not?
He uses a gun though.
Yeah.
He likes it up on that perch, doesn't he?
Good place to watch.
I guess so.
He's a puppet master. He's got to be up there pulling strings.
Ah, there you go. Oh, here we go again.
This guy's like the referee.
He gives the signal and they go at it or something? Yeah, there you go. Yep. He doesn't get involved too often, does he? He stands back and watches them go at it.
No. Yeah, it's all part of being the puppet master.
I guess so, eh? Not as good a seat as he had before, though. Ooh.
How many bullets does that guy have?
Yeah, I wonder.
I mean, it's not like he's going to be able to get more from this town. So he's not just about the money.
Nope, it wasn't the money. Well, it might have been, but
not in this case.
no,
Clearly not in this case.
no. I don't know, coffin maker's gonna busy.
You're the richest man in town.
Mm-hmm. I don't have now.
Gotta make it look like there was a bigger fight.
Oh, okay.
He's too good, right? Like, he killed them all without any trouble.
He did, didn't he? He's good at wrecking places, too.
Go.
Yes, yeah.
Oh.
That's a sign for you. They're gonna be able to stop that.
Need some duct tape.
They've been going against each other, hasn't it?
Yeah. The town is going to be collateral damage.
Yes, sir.
That is just a monster eyebrow. Like, not just joined in the middle, but like down to his ears practically.
Oh, yeah. What happened to him?
Well, they caught him.
Yeah.
They saw the note, and
Yeah.
now he's a prisoner.
Mhm. I'm surprised he let him take him.
Well, they had the gun on him, right?
Yeah.
And
that
they
would've
moved
done
his
it.
sword away from him. It was.
Yeah, I thought he was going to hit him over the head with a sake bottle.
Not much of a lock.
No, it sure wasn't. Oh, Clipper. Doesn't have a lot of strength.
虫で見せ物だろうが、ひょっとするの後回しにしてくれねえか。しかしそうだ。早く直せ。少し見物する。いいから直せ。よく見えない。これやる。
Put your coffin down in the middle of the street.
Yeah, right.
Not known for being smart.
Nope. A little more human.
Mm-hmm.
High noon. No, that's western.
Well, like I said,
Yeah.
It's an Eastern.
They're still alive.
Yeah.
Guy with a pistol could do some damage here, though.
Yeah. There he is.
Yep. I thought he just stuck the knife in his hand.
And then he slashed him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's the gun. Yep. This is not going to end well.
Well, he hasn't made a lot of dumb decisions yet, so
Uh,
maybe this one won't be either. Done what he needed to.
Almost sounded like he said adios.
All right, so that was Yojimbo.
I gather that was.
Beer to pop. Here's your quiz.
Mm-hmm.
What is a Ronin? It wasn't mentioned in the movie. I thought you might have some pre-existing knowledge about it. It's a term. It's a Japanese term. Okay, so he was a Ronin. A Ronin is a masterless samurai. So the idea of a samurai is that you work for your lord and you stay with them for your whole life.
Right, okay.
And essentially the
He's a lone wolf.
Exactly.
That's the first time I've ever watched a full-length
Subtitle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I hate them on TV where people have them and the voices.
Yeah, the
And
closed
it took me
caption.
a little while to get used to it, but because there was not voices competing with the subtitles, I actually picked it up after a while.
Okay, okay.
Then and I got into it where I was actually, looking for the subtitles and shutting out all the other background noise. So I was able to pick it up fairly well.
Yeah.
Some of the subtitles the background was contracted and you couldn't read it.
Yeah, I made them yellow to try and make it work as
Yeah.
well as I could. I don't know if there would have been a better color, but yeah, I agree. Like there was times when I wish they stood out a little more.
Yeah,
for sure.
It wasn't, I don't think, significant. It was at the beginning, and that's where it annoyed me a little bit.
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay.
Later on, I don't know whether I was picking it up or I just didn't bother me, and I think because I could follow the subtitles and not get distracted, it was, fine.
So was it just like a practice thing? Do you think, like you needed practice to be able to pick it up, or the
I don't
movie
think so.
itself changed a little bit?
I think the movie changed a little bit. And the first part of it was a little off for me. I didn't know who was going on and what was going on and that sort of thing. But by the end of it, it was a Eastern Western.
It was.
Yeah.
It's everything I promised, right?
They're right on the old main drag there, right?
Yeah, they're just, like you said, high noon. They're
Yeah.
setting up to shoot.
Yeah.
One of the things that I like about the movie, and it's probably making it a good choice for you, for someone who hasn't seen too many subtitles, is like there's a lot of facial acting, and it's very, I don't want to say obvious because that could be insulting to the actors who did a great job, but it's there. Like you can read the subtitles, see the face, and you know what's going on.
They actually did it pretty well, I thought. There was actually there was comic in it.
Oh, for sure.
Quite a bit of it, and some of the little subtle things. Like the guys running around, that was
such a little
made me a little, what do you call it, quail running through the woods. that one guy, anyhow.
Yeah. So, who was your favorite character? Let's say, I mean, the main guy doesn't have a name, and that's sort of traditional to the thing. In A Fistful of Dollars, Clint Eastwood's character is essentially known as the man with no name.
Right.
He does sort of get a name, but he never gives a real name, much like this guy, the way he gives the name of 30-year-old mulberry bush. Looks outside, sees a bush, and goes, "I'm a mulberry bush."
Right. A little humor there.
Yeah.
It's
but
hard to say, you have to go with the main character, but there was a couple of those other, but I couldn't, that were
there was probably a unibrow guy
Yeah.
and the guy with the gun.
Yeah, I didn't like him. He wasn't much of a character either. I didn't think.
He was totally like a jerk, is what he was.
He
I mean,
was,
he was
yeah.
set up to be the villain, which is good.
And he was.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but I like some of those guys that were just running around and doing clowny things. They were kind of cool.
Yeah.
I like them, but you gotta go with the big guy, I guess.
Oh yeah, no, and I mean that actor Toshiro Mifune,
He did a good job.
he did a really good job. He's one of my favorite actors, especially in Japanese work. He and the director worked together, and then probably not long after this, they had some kind of falling out. And it's very Japanese, very reserved to not say what the problem was.
Right, okay.
So I don't think anybody other than those two knows why they're
Okay.
not friends anymore, or why they didn't work together. Unfortunately, they didn't work together too much after this, and there's some roles in later movies by the director that he would have worked really well in. But, I mean,
They survived.
Exactly. No, they both had good careers going forward and on from there.
1960 though, are they still alive?
No. Kira Kurosawa died in 1994, 1995, around there.
Okay.
And I'm actually not sure about Toshiro Mifune. I think he outlived him into maybe even the 2010s.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
One thing I thought about the character, the way they had that bald spot that they looked like they had something on it to keep it that way.
I don't know if many of the actors of that day would actually shave their heads for these roles. There were a lot of samurai movies getting made, so there probably were some. But in general, yeah, they were wearing like a bald cap and that kind of thing. Yeah. I like the way they did they gave them almost like a sort of a comic book cartoon kind of style where a few of the main characters had a really different visual look. Like obviously there was the tall guy, right? So he always stood out, and he had the hammer, right? So he had a different weapon.
Yeah.
And then even the guy with the gun, right? He always wore that striped, so you could always pick him out. And then of course, unibrow guy was he was pretty obviously a different. He was pretty clear who he was.
Yeah. No, that was a pretty good end. And their battles on the street, jumping around,
back and forth. Nobody wanted to be the first one to make a move.
I guess not.
And they didn't. They were. I mean, well, like a lot of them were. I mean, they were. What were they picking up? They were picking up like a bunch of bums, right? Like these guys were. They were. So the guys they picked up. Oh, that's not good. And then like that. Gotta keep the star up front and center, right?
Well, how come you're on the other side? How come you're taking most of it?
That's why I couldn't figure it out. That's why I had to make sure that you were like right in front and center.
I want people to know that this is my second shirt.
At least two, right?
It's different than the ones that I've done, I think the first 2 or 3, so I washed that one and I put this clean one on.
Oh, that's
nice.
people. I think I've worn this one before. I can't claim to have this one.
It's a nice day though.
Well, exactly. I gotta wear something nice.
Yeah, that's right. And another thing, I like the scenery. I like the old buildings. I like the way they...
Those shutters are great. I wish I had those in my house.
Yeah, I got Venetian blinds. They got solid boards.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I like the way it's shot too. One that comes to mind in particular is at the end there where they have the old man hanging and like the shot is like over here and the people come rushing out and then the shot swings over and the old man is still in the foreground right here and now you see them like framed and him in the background.
Yeah. They did a pretty job. I mean, the very beginning, that was a farm. Looked pretty dense.
It was not a good looking farm. That's not a good area.
Mulberries or something? I don't know.
So what was your favorite part? What would you say was the thing you enjoyed the most?
I like the end of it.
Okay.
All the good guy winning.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy those, like the scenes in the middle of the street where they're bouncing around and coming at each other. And those were pretty entertaining.
So you felt like him up on the tower watching and laughing?
I like that. Yeah. I thought that was subtle.
Yeah,
And his cool attitude about it too.
Yeah.
It's pretty good that way.
I think we talked about in the last one about figuring out things that you like, and I think I'm starting to see that you like a sort of a badass character. I think. You know what?
But he was a nice guy. He was a good guy.
He was.
Came the damsel in distress. He went and saved her and got them out of there. And the little boy, he had a soft spot for that.
Yeah.
So he wasn't that bad at it.
No, but like the bit of an anti-hero. I mean, for sure.
Yeah.
The gray heroes.
He wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't.
Not a bad guy, but a badass. Like somebody
That's okay. That's
gets
a better
in
way
there,
to say it. Yeah.
kicks butt, and
he's not a huggy.
No.
You won't go up and hug him, I don't think.
No.
No.
I like the way that he, when the other guy, the old man, when he was recognizing that he was a good guy, you know, and gave him the note and stuff, he's like, "Shut up, go away, I don't want."
Yeah.
He's keeping it prickly. He wants to make sure
He
that
didn't want to get too soft.
No.
Be seen as being too soft.
Absolutely.
Well, that's good. I like I said, I wasn't sure at the beginning of oh dear me, how am I going to get through all this?
So that's the big question now. Subtitles. Going forward, I mean, it's not something we need to watch a lot of, but I just, if I see something and it's got subtitles, you've seen one now, would you watch another movie with subtitles?
If it's similar to this one, if it was in that vein, and you know, it's got to be that. It's got to be an adventure one too. Not a love story or something.
No, not a love story. Okay, well that's good to know. I've got a few.
I don't
ideas.
think so.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think as long as it's good, I mean, that seems to be.
Well, good has to be good.
Good has to be good. So, Yojimbo, thumbs up?
It's a thumbs up.
I agree.
Yeah, it just about didn't it well,
just
third of the way through was
Really?
it was going to be close.
Okay, all right.
But it did pick up. Anyhow,
Yeah.
it was an interesting movie.
Yeah, I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so like, comment, and subscribe. If you've got another subtitled movie you'd recommend for us, go ahead, and eventually we'll take some suggestions. So we've got lots of other stuff to watch on our own. Thanks for watching.
Here we go.
Bye.